Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to Civil Engineers YouTube channel. Today in this important and short video lecture I will discuss what should be the beam depth for a span of 8 meters between two columns. In building construction, if we required the span between two columns 8 meters, so what should be the depth of beam? As you can see guys, this is the example for this question. Suppose this is one column, okay, and this is the second column, okay. So if the span between these two columns is 8 meter, okay, so what should be the depth of beam? What should be the effective depth of beam? This is the question. What should be this d if the span is 8 meter, okay? And also guys, you know that we have normally to find the depth of beam, that is we have cantilever beam, okay, simply supported beam, simply supported, and the other one is continuous beam, okay. So now guys, I will tell you about what should be the how we can find the depth of beam for cantilever beam, and also for cantilever beam, for simply supported beam, and also for continuous beam, okay. So let's start guys. If this video is helpful for you, so must like this video. So guys, here in beams generally we start with deflection criteria, okay. So is the beam resist, okay, is the beam resist load in a form of bending moment by deflection, okay. So the first criteria is always deflection criteria and beam, okay. So then from the bending moment and deflection criteria we will find the depth of foundation. So as you know, I told you we have three types of beam. The first one is cantilever beam, to find the depth of beam for cantilever, also for simply supported beam, for continuous beam. So guys, where the numerical values, as you can see these, for cantilever beam we have the 7 value, for simply supported 20, and for continuous beam we have 26, okay. So where the numerical values, okay, represents the span by effective depth, okay, span by effective depth ratio, okay. So as you can see guys, span mean L divided by effective depth. So we have different values, 7, 20, 26. For example, I am putting here 20, okay. So just example. So span divided by effective depth ratio. So above values are valid only when the span is less than or equal to 10 meter. So it means, which I am telling you in this method, okay. So this formula or this method you can just use if the length of the span is 10 meter or less than 10 meter. So if it's greater than 10 meters, so you are not able to find depth of foundation with this formula, okay. So less than or 10 meter you can use the given formula which I'm telling you, okay. So guys, how you can find the depth of foundation? So for example, as you know, in question we have 8 meters the span between two columns, okay. So for that guys, you can see here, for that as a value you will get an effective depth 400 millimeter. How? For example, if the length is, so how you will find? So guys, you can see the depth. So depth is equal depth of beam. So depth of beam is equal L, means span, divided by what? Ratio. So this is simply supported beam. So for simply supported beam guys, as you can see, this is simply supported beam, okay, simply supported. So now for simply supported beam you will put here what? L by 20, L by 20, then you will get the value about 400 millimeter, about 400 millimeter. For example, L by 20, okay. So where guys L is what? L is 8 meter, okay. So 8 meter multiply 1000, okay, because we will find it in millimeter, divide by 20, okay. So you will get the value 400 mm, okay. So this is the depth of beam, right? So guys, here as a value you will get an effective depth of beam 400 mm, but I can beat you that will fail in the first trial only. Okay, you will need effective depth of around 600 to 800 millimeter for the span of 8 meter. Moreover, it may be singly or doubly reinforcement beam. Okay, depending upon the total bending moment need to be resist. Okay, so guys, with this formula you can find the depth of beam. So if you have cantilever beam, so L span divided by 26 you will put. If there is some simply supported beam, so L length or span divided by 20. So if that is cantilever beam, so L or span divided by 7, then you will get the depth of beam. Okay, by these videos. Okay, so guys, this is the formula to find depth of foundation. It's also to find the depth of beam. So guys, actually it is also depend on the structure load. Okay, what is the structure load for the building? So is that commercial building, is that a domestic building? Okay, or for different types of structure load we will find the depth of beam. Okay, but this is the formulas by which you can also find the depth of foundation. If the length of the if the span is about 10 meter or less than 10 meter, then you can use this formula. Otherwise you are not able to find the depth of foundation if the length is or if the span is more than 10 meter. Okay, so I recommend you that maybe you are finding for the commercial building. Okay, so for the commercial building, so it should be about 600 to 800 millimeter depth of beam if the span is 8 meter. Okay, so guys, you can make a screenshot from this if you require. Okay guys, so if you have any question about this video, so you can comment. I will try to reply your answer. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Goodbye.